Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mindy. I'm just going to do a short little book haul here. The first book here I have is for a blog tour I'm going to be doing, and it's called or To Kill or Be Killed, a true crime memoir from prison by Joni Ankerson. The day we met in October of 1997, I was working at the district court in Traverse City, Michigan as a deputy clerk. It was like most other days with arraignments, sentencings, civil case hearings, and the like. People shuffling in and out, and everyone taking care of their important business with court appearances, document filings, paying tickets, fines, and bonding loved ones out of jail. I loved my job. It was extremely satisfying and interesting, with constant interaction with all walks of life, including people on either end of the judicial spectrum and many in between. Suddenly, there he was, tall, handsome, and looking so impressive and important in his Michigan State Police uniform with his hat, gun belt, and badge. A powerful man who had chosen a profession to serve and protect. He was extremely friendly and upbeat, smiling profusely. Best of all, he too was unattached. What could go wrong? He was like a dream man. We clicked immediately and began dating exclusively. But he was not a dream man. He was a nightmare, as I learned over the next 12 years. 12 years of enduring domestic violence at its absolute worst. Constant abuse, control, manipulation, and threats. Sadistic sexual deviance and sexual violence. It was only going to end one way. Someone would die in our bed, and someone would go to prison for murder. This is my story about domestic violence, resilience, reckoning, and survival. And the next two books I picked up at Barnes and Noble's. The first one is Come Find Me by Megan Miranda. How often the danger lurks inside our own homes, how often we let it inside. 6 months ago, Kennedy Jones suffered a horrible family tragedy, and since then she's lived with her uncle, sneaking out only occasionally to visit her childhood home. Nearby, Nolan Chandler is determined to find out what really happened to his brother, who disappeared without a trace 2 years earlier. Then Kennedy and Nolan find themselves drawn together by strange signs. For Kennedy, it's a disturbing pattern on her brother's radio telescope. For Nolan, it's a mysterious frequency coming from his brother's bedroom. When they realize their brothers also share dark pasts, they begin to wonder whether something is coming for them, or are their signals a warning that something's already here. And the next book I have is The Last Eight by Laura Pohl, I think. There's no one left but them. The end of the world just got interesting. Welcome to Area 51, home to the last teenagers on Earth. Clover Martinez has always been a survivor, which is the reason she isn't among the dead when aliens invade and destroy Earth as she knows it. Clover is convinced she's the only one left until she hears a voice on the radio urging her to go to the former Area 51. When she arrives, she's greeted by a band of misfits living in the military base. Only they aren't the ragtag group of heroes Clover was expecting. The seven strangers seem more interested in pretending the world didn't end than fighting back, and Clover starts to wonder if she was better off alone. But when she finds a hidden spaceship within the walls of the compound, she doesn't know what to believe or who to trust. And the next book I picked up at BJ's, which is a BJ's Wholesale, which is kind of like Costco. And it's by Ruth Ware, The Turn of the Key. And it was Goodreads Choice Awards 2019 finalist. And she's been called the Agatha Christie of our generation. The Turn of the Key is a great read. You're going to enjoy it very much. New York Times bestselling author David Baldacci on the Today Show. This appropriately twisty turn of the key update finds the Women in Cabin 10 author and her most menacing maid unfurling a shocking saga of murder and inception. Okay. And this has an excerpt from her recent book, One by One. Okay, and the next two books I got in my book club book box from it's a book box called bookcase.com. It's kind of like I belong to Book of the Month Club, but this is kind of like Book of the Month Club. It's $9.99 to start off, and then $14.99 a month afterwards. But you always get two books, and you have a choice between thrillers, YA, and these are from the science fiction one. So, okay, so here's The Face Faker's Game by Chandler J. Birch. Ashes lives in Burrowside, a slum infested with gangs of orphans, homeless madmen, and monsters that swarm the streets at nightfall. Clever and daring, Ashes spent his days picking pockets and cheating at cards to satisfy the greed of Mr. Ragged, Burrowside's brutal governor. When he draws Mr. Ragged's wrath, Ashes flees for his life, only to be rescued by an enigmatic man named Candlestick Jack. Jack leads a group of artificers determined to leave Burrowside behind. Ashes seizes a chance to apprentice under Jack, but all is not as it seems. Jack and his company lead a double life as thieves, and they want Ashes to join their next heist. Between lessons on magic, Ashes helps Jack prepare the company's most audacious caper yet, while also using his newfound skills in a private war on Mr. Ragged. A dramatic adventure story full of wit, charm, and scheming rogues, The Face Faker's Game introduces an unforgettable world you won't soon want to leave. And my last book for this one is The Golden City by J. Kathleen Chaney. While Darkness Lies Beneath the Sea. It says, for 2 years, Oriana Paradis has been a spy among the social elite of the Golden City, reporting back to her people, the Sierra Sea folk banned from the city's shores. When her employer and only confidant decides to elope, Oriana agrees to accompany her to Paris, but before they can depart, the two women are abducted and left to drown. Trapped beneath the waves, Oriana survives because of her heritage, but she is forced to watch her only friend die. Vowing vengeance, Oriana crosses paths with Duilio Fieria, a police consultant who has been investigating the disappearance of a string of servants from the city's wealthiest homes. Duilio also has a secret. He is a seer, and his gifts have led him to Oriana. Bound by their secrets, not trusting each other completely, yet having no choice but to work together, Oriana and Duilio must expose a twisted plot of magic so dark that it could cause the very fabric of history to become undone. No, you'll probably be seeing those in an upcoming TBR. Probably the two I bought today, the Last 8 and Come Find Me. I might put those in my TBR for next month, being October. Okay, well, thanks a lot for stopping by, I hope everybody's keeping safe and having a good time. Bye.